Welcome to Release Your Potential Now with Jane, your weekly dose of energy, wisdom, and healing, where we explore how energy shapes your life and how you can shift it to thrive in every area physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Each week, we'll dive into practical tools, real-world examples, and quantum energy perspectives to help you stay positive, navigate challenges, and reclaim your personal power. Whether you're dealing with stress, seeking balance, or curious about the energetic world around you, this is your space for insight, growth, and transformation.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Release Your Potential Now. I'm Jane Phillips, medical intuitive, psychic medium, and I also do energy clearings and paranormal work. And I'm so glad you're here with me for this final podcast of the month of April. So today is our final in the series on stress and energetic clearings. We've explored emotional residue, empath overload, and even the deep support of the earth on our healing journey, which we did last week. Now it's time to put it all together in a way that supports you every day. So this week's episode is called Building an Energetic Buffer: How to Stay Clear in Daily Life. Many people in my sessions and in classes I teach have asked me, how am I going to stay out of the weeds with some of this energy? And I can give them a few tools, which I do. And for this podcast, I want to give you some tools so that at least when you're going out into the world, you have the ability to maybe protect yourself from some of these energies. And also, at the end of this last podcast of the month of April, I'll do an energy clearing, sort of a quick one for all of you who are live, and then anybody who's listening on a replay, you will get the opportunity to be cleared at the end of this one. So you're all set for the following month. So this week's episode, Building an Energetic Buffer: How to Stay Clear in Your Daily Life. We all have moments where the world just feels too loud, too noisy, where someone's mood, a tense situation, or even the buzz of a room leaves us feel exhausted. What if you didn't have to absorb all that energy? What if you could protect your energy field without shutting down your heart? So this episode, I'd like to explore how to create and maintain a gentle, loving buffer that helps you stay connected to you no matter what's going on around you. I can't guarantee it's going to work every time, but at least give you some ideas to start your day out. So let's talk about what I mean by an energetic buffer. It's not about building a wall so no one can get to you. It's not about armoring up or becoming rigid. It's about creating a layer of intentional space between your energy and everything else. When you don't have a buffer, and especially if you're an empath, as we talked about in previous episodes, you can easily be affected by other people's emotions. You can be drained by interactions or crowds. You can be overstimulated, reactive, anxious, and possibly lose yourself in busy environments. So this is an aside. I attended a protest a week ago on Saturday, and I've never done this before, but I was feeling compelled to do it. And it was a lot of people. We were there early, and there was a huge crowd up by the person who was at the podium, and they were playing music and doing all of this. And I had to get out of that crowd. It was just too much, too many people. So I moved down a ways and was where it was less crowded and was talking to people with my sign. And I eventually moved out to the street and eventually moved into the median where there were less people. So I was able to participate and do what I wanted to do there. But instead of being really stuck with, feeling other people's energy, I was energized. I found myself, much to my surprise, because I'm a pretty big introvert, but I was energized. I was connecting with cars that were going by, but I didn't have all these people around me, so I had room to expand. So we do live in an overstimulating world. And I had a friend of mine who said, well, I could never go to do a rally or a protest because the crowds would be too much for me. And I totally understood that. And somehow I was able to find a place within that event where I was able to do what I wanted to do and feel safe. So we live in an overstimulating world. And if you're sensitive or empathic or doing healing work, you're more open by nature. Your light is a gift, but without energetic boundaries, it can become a sponge. So the goal for this is to let your light shine without getting flooded, right? So here I like to offer several ways to strengthen your energetic buffer. And then I'm going to close with an energy clearing of everybody so that you can leave clearer to start your next few days and the month of May off. So the first ways to build and strengthen your energetic buffer is certainly when you wake up in the morning, you do want to check and see how you're doing. And so that you can start your day in the right place. So this is one of the things that you can do to start your day is you can visualize yourself inside a bubble of light, and you can choose a color that feels supportive to you, like white, gold, maybe blue, maybe pink, and see it gently expanding around you about 3 feet in all directions. And one of the things that I am going to modify with this idea that I came up with is it's really helpful to start that energetic bubble at your navel, really deep inside of you, like a pinprick. It's so small that you can barely see it. So what you want to do is you're going to create this bubble, but you want to push out. If there's anything within you that might be interfering with this bubble, you're going to start with a tiny speck of this colored light inside of you and push it out. And it might take you, when I first started doing this, it could take me a half an hour. I'm not trying to scare you that you have to take that much time, but over time it'll get quick. You can just like blow it out. And you want to get at least 3 feet around you in all directions so that you have enough of a buffer to feel safe. And you wait until you feel like it's 3 feet out. You don't have to like measure it in any way. You just, there's a knowing. And then you would say, this light surrounds me and protects me, and only love and truth may enter. And just sit with that. You're inviting God, the universe, to protect you, the light to protect you, and only let in love and truth. So the second one is my hand trick that I have done before. And I did it for my empath session a couple of weeks ago. So the hand trick is super great, especially if you're empathic, if in the moment you need to let go of extra energies. So you got your left hand. This is my left, whether it looks like my left to you. It's left hand. And if you're picking up energy that does not feel like it's yours, you're going to take your left hand. You're going to assume that you don't want to pick it up anymore, and you're going to hold your left hand closed, and you drop it to your side. And you can do this, as I said in the empath episode. Nobody's going to really notice if you have a clenched hand drop to your side. So you just drop it to your side. So you don't have to have it up first. I'm doing this for demo. So close it, drop it to your side. Then you're going to take your right hand, and you're going to program that all of this energy that you have picked up that is not yours is going to leave and go into the earth. So again, you just drop your right hand to the ground. and just imagine it flowing, this energy that is not yours flowing out. This is, I'm labeling it the hand trick, but you can call it whatever you want. So in the energy world, we receive energy through our left. We release energy through our right. That's probably also why there's so many right-handed people on the planet versus left. Although this just occurred to me, so I don't know if that's exactly true. But so you're going to drop your hand down and just let anything that's not yours flow out. As I said in an earlier podcast, I used this when I was at weddings and funerals because I used to get so emotional, because those are emotional events. And I would always be borrowing my husband's cloth handkerchief at the time. And he'd get so irritated that I wouldn't bring Kleenex with me because I swore I wasn't going to get emotional, and I would. But once I started doing this, I would close my hand, drop it next to me on the pew at the church, take this one and keep it open and drop it. Nobody really noticed I was doing this, but I stopped needing his hanky and my life got smoother. So that is what I call my hand trick. But what you're doing is you're sending this energy straight down into the planet for healing and recycling. And it works if you're at a meeting. It works if you're standing talking to somebody and you're all of a sudden being affected. For the most part, they're not going to notice that you dropped your hand down. If you're at a dinner table conversation or you're out to dinner and you got affected, maybe not even by the people there, but someone next to you, you can do this closed and open and give it a try. So another thing as an idea is you can have intention-based clothing or jewelry, right? So you can, if you like stones and crystals, this one here, this crystal at the bottom is a rose quartz crystal that I was given as a gift by my medical intuitive teacher when we got certified. And I know you may not see it as well, but I had a friend back in Minnesota, where I'm from originally, make a necklace out of this. And I work a lot with Mother Mary energy, and rose is her kind of thing. So, but you can infuse with intention or wear a stone that has a certain power to it. You can infuse your stone with an intention that it'll protect you. You can infuse a ring or a scarf with the intention that it'll shield your energy. And you can say something like, this piece or this stone reminds me to stay centered in my own field. So you can try that too. You may find a piece that's significant and already feels like it's infused with what you want. And so the final idea is doing breath work. So before entering a busy space, just ground yourself 3 times and just exhale and imagine creating a gentle shield around your body. Doesn't have to take as long as the big bubble, but you can just ground yourself, and you're going to just imagine going into the planet and being solid. And then that's going to give you the strength to not be as affected by other people's energy. So here's a practical 5-minute daily energetic hygiene routine that you can try. So when you wake up, just notice how you feel when you wake up, and then clear it. You can do one of the protocols, the hand one that I gave you, but you can also just shake out your hands and stretch your body and visualize washing away what's not yours. When you take a shower, you can let the shower take all of the things that are not yours down the drain. And you can set an intention. You can say, I call my energy back to me. I'm safe, clear, and fully in my own light. You can also touch the earth, walk barefoot, or breathe into your belly. And as I said, you can use your light bubble or the hand trick. So shaking it out, noticing how you're feeling when you're waking up, are some ideas that will help you go through life with more peace. And the more you practice this, the stronger your field becomes, the more able you are to do this. And even though you may not know that you have support from the other side, we all have guides and energies that support us. And the more you start doing it, the faster it will be, because they're going to get the message, oh, we're going to do this now. And they're going to help you do that better. The reason I'm able to do podcasts from barely being able to 30, 40 years ago, stand up in a room and say my name and rank, what I did for a living, without just shaking in my boots, is because of all the energies that have supported me along my way to become braver. So now that we're just about closing, I want to get out my pendulum, which is now in a pocket somewhere. There we go. And I would like to do energy clearing for all of you that are listening, or whether you're listening on a replay, this will affect you too, so that you end the month in a much calmer, nicer place. So this is my gold hue pendulum, and when I got it, it sped up the energy work I did by a lot. So if anybody is on a live call and is not interested in having things like possessions removed or all of that, you can either quit this call or just ask to not be affected by what I'm going to do. Everything I'm doing is only for the best and highest good and for everybody, and in the name of the light. And it's meant to be supportive. So the first thing I'm going to do is ask that all obstruction and interference be removed. Now, while this looks like it's going clockwise in your picture, it's going counterclockwise. I'm removing any interference and energies that are not supportive. And then it'll do this when it's ready. And I ask that this work be only in the name of the light and only for the best and highest good of all people involved that are listening or on the replay. And the first thing I'm going to do is ask for a white light vortex above everybody who's listening's head. And this is to send these energies that I'm starting with to the light. So I have a Christian background, and so I have some Christian symbols and names that I'm using. If you have Muslim or Buddhist or whatever, you can substitute other supportive energies and ignore the ones that I'm doing. You just ask to switch out to things that are more in your belief system. So does anyone in this audience have possessions? And possessions are merely, for in my world, ghost type energies that like you better than somewhere else. They might like you because they were angry when they died, and you have a lot of anger in you, and so they're a match, maybe to you, and so now you're more angry. Maybe you were depressed, maybe you're anxious, and the energies that have died and are floating around and haven't gone to the light decide to want to hang with you, and now you have more of those emotions. So for everybody who has energies on them, possession type energies, we ask that each of these energies receive 30,000 angels apiece: Archangel Michael, Mother Mary, Jesus, Archangel Raphael, Uriel, and Gabriel. And we invite these energies to cross to the light, to whomever would welcome them home with love and acceptance. And it isn't actually going to take very long, because I have a really strong team that's helping everybody go home. So all of you who are letting this happen, you are performing a wonderful service. These energies were trapped and not able to go home for a variety of reasons. They might be afraid they're going to see somebody they harmed or see somebody that harmed them, or they might not even, or that they're going to be judged in some ways for something that they've done. And now it takes about 3 days for these energies to leave. So you're not going to try and call any back. And then the other piece I need to tell you is I'm removing energies that are trapped here. If you have a loved one that is helping you on your journey, this I get asked a lot, those loved ones are still available to help you. If they were trapped and needed to go for life review, they will still be able to come back and help you. So don't feel like you're going to lose any support from the other side. Now, there's another category of possessions. I call them hidden ones. They are more afraid to leave. I give them blanket, a little fuzzy blanket, and they get bubble wrap. I know that's weird, but that's what I got. To wrap them up, but also so that they're not in the dark when they go. And we've let them have 50,000 angels apiece, Archangel Michael, Mother Mary, Jesus, Archangel Raphael, Uriel, and Gabriel. And we invite them to cross to the light to whomever would welcome them home with love and acceptance. And you will have less of those. It won't take quite as long as we're watching this. And my guides are helping. The next thing I'm going to do is something called that I have to fix individual things. That actually, not yet. I'm going to do Ho'oponopono next, which is a Hawaiian prayer that actually there's a lot of information about how helpful it is. And when I started using it when I was clearing houses for people, I found that it was clearing things that I normally would have to do separately. So Ho'oponopono is a 4-part prayer. It says, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. The concept of this is that all of the issues and problems and hurts that you've gone through and are going through, that we're all part of the whole, the collective. We're all part of God. And that I can say this because I, in some way, might have helped create your situation. I don't have to understand it intellectually, because I don't. But I'm just asking, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And I say that in my head. And you can look up Ho'oponopono. It's kind of how it sounds. If you get the Ho'opono part, you'll find the rest. If you want to learn more about this, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I'm now going to each of you and asking to remove any parts of you that are under the influence of the dark side. Don't worry about what that means. It just means things that might not be giving you good truth. I'd like to cut and remove any psychic cords that you have between yourself and any other people, energies, entities, or beings that are not for your best and highest good. Ask Archangel Michael to come with his sword and shield and cut these cords, burn them in the violet flame of Saint Germain, and scatter the ashes. I'd like to neutralize any negative astrology that might be affecting you today, and adjust your frequency to its ideal frequency. And the last thing I'm asking is Archangel Michael to come with his whales, dolphins, fishes, and golden net, and pull this golden net through you to take any remaining energy from you that is not for your best and highest good. All right. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you in May. Take care.
You've been listening to Release Your Potential Now with Jane, your weekly dose of energy wisdom and healing. Tune in on Transformation Talk Radio to unlock the power of energy healing and transform your life one insight at a time. Share this episode with a friend who's feeling stuck and might benefit from a little extra support on their journey. Together, we can create a ripple effect of healing and positivity, empowering individuals to live healthier, more joyful lives. Are you ready to gain control of your life and health? Then visit janecphillips.com to book a session, join a workshop, or explore how energy wisdom can help you heal and thrive.